What if The Simpsons weren't just predicting the future, but warning us? Some of their most chilling 2026 predictions are already unfolding right before our eyes, and it's more real than anyone expected. Buckle up, because this isn't just a cartoon coincidence anymore. The Simpsons warning about a global food crisis.
Please ask her to pass me the syrup.
Please pass your father the syrup, Lisa.
Bart, tell Dad I'll only pass the syrup if it won't be used on any meat product. You dunking your sausages in that syrup, homeboy?
Marge, tell Bart I just want to drink a nice glass of syrup like I do every morning.
The Simpsons might have just predicted a food crisis long before it became headline material. In Lisa, the Vegetarian Season 7, Episode 5, the youngest Simpson rejects meat after visiting a petting zoo and suddenly sees her world, a meat-loving family, and school through a whole new lens. And now, this prediction seems to be unfolding earlier than expected in 2025, as real-life headlines are screaming about food shortages all around the world, thanks to climate change experienced in some certain parts of the world, floods, droughts, monoculture farming, and an exploding population. It's getting harder to feed everyone, and The Simpsons saw it coming, with Lisa as the show's accidental eco-warrior. So maybe the real question isn't who wants vegetables, it's why we aren't listening to Lisa yet. The Simpsons' economic crash satire.
Can't you stop it, Dad?
I'm trying my...
In Season 4, Episode 12, The Simpsons featured In Marge versus the Monorail, showing a fast-talking salesman, a flashy project, and a town too eager to spend. Sound familiar? And again, Springfield throws logic out the window and invests a $3 million windfall into a doomed monorail system, all thanks to a catchy jingle. And now, what seemed like a hilarious one-off that could take more than this present year to play out, now mirrors real-world economics a little too well. As of now, reports have it that world governments are drowning in debt, making risky investments, and pushing growth with little accountability. From stimulus checks to infrastructure plans with no real planning, it's not far-fetched to think we're on the verge of another economic blowout. And maybe this next prediction was sure to happen before the predicted time. The Simpsons predicted that political chaos could peak.
That was a big mistake, Bart. No children have ever meddled with the Republican Party and lived to tell about it.
In Sideshow Bob Roberts, Season 6, Episode 5, The Simpsons showed just how easily democracy can be manipulated. In an episode that features Bob, a known criminal, runs for mayor and wins by rigging the election using fake votes from dead people and pets. It plays out like a joke, but the message is serious. Currently, political unrest and public protests are growing in many countries. Misinformation spreads faster than facts. Elections are questioned, and authoritarian leaders rise. The episode mirrors this global mood with its take on false promises, media manipulation, and voter influence. The satire feels more real today than it did then, and the signs of political breakdown are no longer just part of a cartoon. And here we are, The Simpsons hinted at it, and in many ways, we are watching it unfold. The Simpsons VR addiction warning feels way too real.
Bleh. This virtual fudge tastes like crap.
Not half as good as cyber fudge.
Back in Bart to the Future Season 11, Episode 17, The Simpsons dropped a not-so-far-off warning that virtual reality might dominate daily life and not in a healthy way. In this future-telling episode, Bart's down-and-out life includes VR headsets used for news, leisure, and emotional escape. It's played for laughs, but today's reality is catching up fast. Now, in 2025, virtual worlds are no longer just games, they're lifestyles. The rise of the metaverse, VR concerts, and AI-powered escapism already has experts sounding alarms. Studies link excessive virtual reality use to mental fatigue, detachment, and behavioral addiction, and The Simpsons saw it coming. In the episode, Bart doesn't just use VR, he's isolated, disconnected, and detached from reality. The tech is flashy, but the outcome is bleak. It mirrors the ongoing concern. What happens when digital immersion becomes digital dependence? That one-off gag about VR ray guns and virtual news now reads like a quiet premonition. The Simpsons not only entertained the audience, but they've been quietly forecasting our tech-induced growing pains all along. The Simpsons' AI job takeover prediction will happen sooner.
Lisa, don't contradict your elders! Ah, my hair! You chopped off my hair! Oh God, I'm ugly!
I knew we should have gone to the bird sanctuary.
The robots didn't just lose it at Itchy and Scratchy Land, but in Season 6, Episode 4, it appeared they may have actually predicted our future. In this classic Simpsons episode, what starts as a wacky family vacation to a violent theme park quickly spirals into robo-chaos. Animatronic mascots malfunctioned and started attacking humans. Sound familiar? Fast forward to 2025 and AI's legit gunning for jobs across industries. Today, we might be forgetting the fine print in AI ethics, but undoubtedly it's cutting across various sectors of the world. Be it customer service, data entry, or even creative work, smart systems like ChatGPT are edging out humans. The episode's satire hits harder now, and turns out nothing can possibly go wrong was just tempting fate. As we marvel at generative AI and machine learning, this episode serves as a poignant reminder. If society leans too hard on automation, don't be surprised if the robots go haywire. After all, The Simpsons warned us. In a theme park full of cartoon violence, this next Simpsons prediction is already happening, and it's making waves. The Simpsons predicted alien contact could happen by 2026.
Look! There it is!
An alien in the woods, a glowing green figure, and a town that believes too late. In the Springfield Files, Season 8, Episode 10, The Simpsons used comedy and conspiracy to tee up one of the biggest what-ifs of our time. Homer's drunken encounter with a supposed extraterrestrial turns into a town-wide obsession. Enter Mulder and Scully, cameos from The X-Files, and the most Springfieldy investigation of alien life imaginable. But here is the spoiler. The alien is just a radiation-soaked Mr. Burns post-longevity treatment. But behind the joke lies a surprisingly sharp take on how society might react to actual alien contact, panic, skepticism, and opportunism. Now, in 2025, aliens have been reported across the world as strange objects with different trajectories have been seen heading towards our planet, increasing needs for investigations. NASA's betting big on deep space with the James Webb Space Telescope, Europa Clipper, and new exoplanet hunting missions. The idea of spotting alien life isn't sci-fi anymore. It's becoming a scientific goal. What The Simpsons captured was human behavior, excitement, fear, and misinterpretation. Mr. Burns in a glowing robe still feels less weird than half the stuff trending online. The Simpsons warned about another pandemic.
Please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu.
I've been working with a shattered pelvis for 3 weeks.
In Marge and Chain's Season 4, Episode 21, The Simpsons dropped a viral prediction. The Osaka flu spreads through Springfield after citizens order juicers from Japan. Fast forward 30 years, and we're living in déjà flu. This 1993 episode almost reads like a COVID-era script. Global shipping, airborne virus, panic in the streets, it's all there. And with new strains emerging and climate change stirring up new zoonotic threats, the idea of another outbreak by 2026 doesn't sound that far-fetched anymore. But while the flu rages in Springfield, Marge gets arrested for accidentally shoplifting while caring for her sick family. Her absence sends the town into chaos, from bake sale disasters to full-on riots over a Jimmy Carter statue. The episode may lean on laughs, but the themes are all too real. One health crisis can trigger a domino effect: economic unrest, misinformation, and social collapse. The Simpsons reflects how systems crumble when empathy takes a back seat. And if scientists are right, the world might need fewer Marge arrests and more public health awareness to avoid a repeat scenario. The Simpsons knew tech surveillance would hit an all-time high.
Oh, it's Homer.
Well, then I would thank you to stop peering at my screenplay, Homer. If I see a movie where computers threaten our personal liberties, I will know that you stole my idea.
I'm just waiting for my kid. Mental note, steal his idea.
In Homer Badman Season 6, Episode 9, The Simpsons pulled back the curtain on a future where media frenzy meets privacy invasion and nailed it way ahead of its time. In this 1994 episode, a harmless candy grab spirals into a full-blown public shaming scandal, with Homer painted as a pervert by the town, the press, and a hilariously over-edited rock-bottom interview. Fast forward to now, where AI surveillance, facial recognition, and non-stop online outrage are turning fiction into an uncomfortable reality. Even though this was a prediction meant for 2026, right now the tech-fueled erosion of privacy might not just be a glitch. It could be our default setting. Back in Springfield, Homer's life becomes media bait. There's a made-for-TV movie, mobs outside his house, and 24/7 news coverage showing everything from his shower slips to his sofa slumps. It takes a voyeuristic groundskeeper Willie with a convenient videotape to clear Homer's name, but not before the whole town and country brands him guilty without proof. The Simpsons wasn't just satirizing the 90s tabloid culture, it was warning us. If tech and media keep racing ahead unchecked, we're all just one misunderstood gummy Venus away from becoming the next Homer S. And just when you thought you have seen it all, another prediction is already in play. The Simpsons predicted a tech breakdown long before we got addicted to screens.
Morir to die. Morir, he, she, Horace.
Maurice, you die.
The Treehouse of Horror VI Season 7, Episode 6 of The Simpsons served up straight-up digital prophecy. In the segment Homer stumbles into a three-dimensional cyberspace and eventually a black hole. By today's standards, it feels like a not-so-subtle warning about tech spiraling out of control. From CGI collapses to donut-fueled ad monsters, the episode goes full throttle on the chaos that can unfold when humans push technology past its tipping point. The freakiest part is that it all feels way too familiar already. Deepfakes, glitchy AI, systems we can't unplug in 2025 could be a tech tantrum waiting to happen. And just when you think it's done, the show adds more layers. Freddy Krueger Willie invading dreams, glitchy dimensions swallowing Homer, and a media-fueled meltdown. The final blow of Homer crashing into the real world, face to face with an erotic cake shop in Sherman Oaks. A laugh for sure, but also a quiet nod to how blurred our tech realities have become. Simpsons' last prediction couldn't wait for a moment, as it has claimed several lives and homes around the world. Climate disasters could spike by 2026.
My beloved family. How was church? I, on the other hand, have been having the best day of my life, and I owe it all to skipping church.
That's a terrible thing to say, kids. Your father doesn't...
Long before climate headlines screamed code red, The Simpsons quietly warned us in Homer the Heretic Season 4, Episode 3. Homer skips church on a blizzardy Sunday, turning his solo snow day into the best day of his life. Going by recent happenings, there's no doubt that most humans are aware of global warming and the gravity of the issue caused by humans, with companies becoming more and more careless in the way they do business, which has a major effect on our lives and our environment. But the real eye-opener is the extreme weather. What starts off as a gag about dodging church becomes a snapshot of worsening climate patterns. Blizzards, frozen doors, car engines dead from the cold. Cut to 2025 and suddenly, that joke feels real. The episode paints a clear picture. A warming world doesn't just mean heat, it means chaos. Rising sea levels, unstable seasons, and volatile weather are the new normal, backed by actual climate data. And when Homer's religious freedom turns into a flaming house, that's not just irony, it's a metaphor to ignore the warning signs and get burned literally. Even the closing moment with a multi-faith team Apu, Ned, Krusty saving Homer, feels ahead of its time. In a climate crisis, it'll take all hands on deck regardless of background. And yes, The Simpsons may have predicted donuts and nuclear jokes, but they also clocked a world where nature fights back. And if we're expecting to see this happening in 2026 and disasters keep trending the way it is, then this episode may turn out to be what's happening right now, which may eventually turn out to be less about faith and more about survival. And that's the wrap on Simpsons' disturbing prediction for 2026 that is happening right now. Which of the predictions can you see happening right now? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed the ride, and subscribe for more wild luxury stories from the world of sports and celebrity. Until next time, bye for now.